I'm not here on behalf of the private jet owners or the people who back Measure D, but I do want to point out the mistakes being made by the people who want you to vote for Measure LC, for local control of this local airport. The people who back Measure LC claim that when the engines of these private jets behind me start up, they send out a stream of hydrocarbons and black carbon and ultrafine particles, which damages the health of children in Santa Monica, and that lead in the fuel of small planes affects children's growing brain. For example, those children playing football over there. But can they be sure? Can all those UCLA studies on pollution really be right? Might not future scientific studies, perhaps conducted by the aviation industry itself, reveal that jet fuel exhaust is actually good for growing bodies? You never can tell. Besides, how can you offset the damage to the health of a few thousand children against the convenience of the people who have private jets? They often have urgent meetings to attend. Sometimes on golf courses just up the coast, it's true, but who are we to deny them their pleasures for the sake of a bunch of kids? And have the supporters of LC never heard of the survival of the fittest? Then there are those who regret the lack of the 1,000-foot safety zone that the Federal Aviation Authority says is necessary if you're going to fly jets safely out of an airport like Santa Monica. But shouldn't the people of Santa Monica learn to enjoy the danger? After all, doesn't the prospect of a £40,000 plane with £20,000 of jet fuel coming down on your house make life more exciting? There have also been some very unkind remarks about concrete and asphalt covering a mile of land the city bought with a park bond 100 years ago. What's wrong with concrete and asphalt? What have these people got against it? What's so good about grass and flowers and trees and streams and playing fields when you could have a jet port? And the great thing is that Measure D can make sure there's never going to be a park here. Wait for it, by threatening development. I mean, you have to admire the genius of that. Measure LC says no development except for parks and playing fields. So the Measure D people claim LC is pro-development. Now that's brilliant, because if people will believe that, they'll believe anything. And the beauty of that is that if Measure D passes, it'll prove that democracy in Santa Monica can be bought for about $1 million in glossy brochures and slick advertising and confusing ballot measures. Representative government will be history in this town, the council will be irrelevant, and the land that you and your fellow citizens have owned for the last 100 years will be out of your hands, which will be a relief, unless, of course, you think you know better than Washington lobbyists and the aviation industry. You don't, do you? Because only then should you even think about voting for Measure LC for local control and against Measure D. Should I have said that last bit?